Started out online, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call
you
them
got
rivers.
here second.
Chilling IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. GoVan rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. From start to next time, we're chasing fame. With gear behind me, changing scenes. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my music strong, curing and chill, far cracking jokes. Let's fuck the thrill. In the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our own streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Because we don't want this video to get too long.
Hello, the internet. It is Sunday, the 9th of August, 2026, and we don't want this video to get too long, and welcome back to the stream. Thank you, Dugsky. We don't want to get this too long. Did I talk too long yesterday? Did I rant and rave too much yesterday? I felt like that was a good stream. Had a lot of information to disseminate.
Konnichiwa!
By the way, have you guys noticed the hex price going up recently? It's actually been on a little bit of a tear if you consider 0.0000, maybe another 1 to 0.000003. If you consider that a tear, it's on a tear. And I see some Kick integration is now working. This is the Beamstream chat. Apparently this is now all functional. So I do welcome Kick Viewer 15. You sound really like a real person. I can't believe it. A real person with a handle like Kick Viewer 15. Hello. You know what I should do? Just check if it is rolling on Kick, and I'll put a real chat in there and see. This is oh shit, this is a real person. Kick Viewer 15. I'm real. You're real. Okay, you're real. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge the realness of yourness? By the way, Comtech first place.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
I wish I looked like you too. Comtech first place and Dugsky second place. That is a Valora feature, as is those alerts. If you want to trigger cool, funny alerts, they're only on Valora. I'd encourage you to come. In fact, you know what today we're going to do? We are going to take a look at Valora. The numbers have just gone over 3,000. So 3,000 users on the platform. Last time we did this, we were looking at just over 2,000. No. Shit, just over 1,000. It's gone up that fast. Over 3,000 users, and I say users as like either viewers or streamers. 3,000 registered accounts and climbing on Valora. So this could be the time to do this. Where did I keep this little referral link? I think I put it in here. Yeah, here. A little trumpet there for Valora. This here, I've got a little referral link. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give this specifically to the Kick chat because Kick Viewer 15, you may want, that's in the Kick chat for you, my friend, you may want to go over and sign up to Valora and nab your handle as Kick Viewer 15. Why would you want that? I don't know, but it's your handle, right? You chose that. And so if you want that across all of the platforms, or at least across this new one, Valora, it's a year old now, just about. You might want to go over there and sign up. Now you might hold it, you might park it, you might just wait on it. But if you don't do it, someone else will and you won't get it. 3,000 crew are they're all over it. They're already there. You've had your chance. I keep promoting it. Not affiliated, just a user of the platform myself, but I'm promoting it because I want you all to come over and experience it because it's pretty wonderful. It's visually stunning, like beautifully laid out, and it's got super low latency. Like I speak, someone sees it in the chat, responds, and I see the chat. It's almost like we're talking like together. It's crazy how cool that is. So there's that referral for you, KickViewer15. I posted that in the Kick chat, but I could post it also in the Beam stream chat because this would go out everywhere. Well, actually, it goes out in the multi-chat. But anyway, should I get a Griddle? By the way, a little confession here. Aside from hearing it on last stream, I think it was, I've not used the word griddle. Oh, no, wait. I have used the word in a lyric. There's a Ween song which mentions put the noodle on the griddle as it climbs the Grobe. Great song, by the way. And when I covered that song a few years back on one of my Ween covers albums, I was like, did they just make that word up? Griddle. I've never heard the word before. I understand what a griddle is. It is essentially a flat top cooker that you can, well, you use it in restaurants or at home, but you can also use it while camping. And so the question is, should I get a griddle for my road trip? Now this would be like a triangular shape and it sits over the open fire or over the open coals. I guess it would have fold out legs and then you just sit it on top, I think. I don't know what that means either. Doug, okay. Do you know what I want to do, man? I want to find out, is that an American thing? Here comes the GPT machine. I've never used the term griddle before, yet I know what it refers to. Is it commonplace outside of Australia? Being that I'm in Australia and Australian, is this a regular word? Yep, griddle is very much a commonplace English word outside of Australia, particularly in the US and Canada. A griddle is basically a flat cooking surface. See, we just call that a flat top. Usually metal, used for things such as bacon and eggs, pancakes, burgers, sausages, grilled sandwiches, steak, and vegetables. Yeah, right on. See, obviously, this is not what I'm talking about. In the US, it's extremely common. Okay, cool. These are not what I'm talking about getting. I'm talking about getting, what about over an open campfire? This is the ones I want. That's a shrinkin'. That one there's a shrinkin'. But none of these are what I'm looking. Okay, what am I thinking of then? I thought it would be like, it would be it would, what was that noise? I'm not sure what that noise was, but just ignore it. I thought it would have 2 fold-out legses and a flat top. This is, I mean, I don't even know if I know what you're picturing. Do you now? Yeah, something like this. This one here. This is exactly what I'm picturing. That thing there. So that's the question for this stream. Extremely important information here, folks, on this stream. Like, very important. In fact, some would argue the most important. No, this came up because someone said you should get one before you go on your road trip. I've always made do with frying pans, either a frying pan that can go all the way into the fire, so like a porcelain one, not with a plastic handle. And I've also got a slow cooker, which is like a sealed deep pan. But this definitely, and only this one, right, would make sense because these 2 legs would just slam back against itself, and then you've got like a thin, I guess it would be maybe 2 feet kind of long by 1, maybe 2 by 1, maybe a bit bigger. But either way, that would fit perfectly in this one section that I used to put my solar blanket in. Used to slide in beside the fridge. Where the fridge and freezer slide in under the bed, there's a gap of about that wide, and it's like the height of a fridge. So it's unused space, and I've been thinking about what I could put in there, and that would, I don't know, like that would fit in there perfectly. It sounds like it'd be good to cook a snag or a burger. Yeah, definitely. And steaks as well, Comtech, audio on Valora seems to fade in and out. Audio on Valora is fading in and out. Is that a thing? I don't want that to be a thing. Let me have a little look skins. Valora skis. We'll open up the Valora tree screes and take a little look skis, see if it's localized to yourself. Watch live. We'll just kill that background. We'll have to unmute a tab, the tab of tab skis. Unmute tab. Play skis. Yeah, you're getting double up. That's obviously going to happen like that. But in fact, I can't really verify that because it's going to always do that. Repeat for me. 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 So I can't really check that. Can someone else, though, that would be the way to do it. Can someone else verify if it's doing that on Valora for them as well? That would be the way to do it. Kick Viewer, do you like to cook outdoors while on road trips? Yes. Any follow-up questions? I had audio issues, thought it was on me. So hang on. That's 2 people now saying that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get something outside of the stream and have a look. And get my iPad and fire up. I'll just see. Reset iPad? Use this iPad to reset your Apple account. Nope, not doing that. Did I ask for a reset? I did not. Do not allow. Let me just open up the Valora. I won't open up the app skins. I will open up a fresh Tabarunos and just go to Valora. Then yes, it could be a nice investment. Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I already have decided I'm going to get one, but of course this stream will research which one we should get. Valora lives in the app. I don't want to go to the app. I want to go to valora.tv. It's going to make me open up the app? Okay, I've already got the app on my... Oh, wait, there was a little continue with browser. Continue in browser. And there I am, right there on the stream, on the homepage. Okay, I'll watch... Ah, it's already moved. Continue in browser. The heck? Wait a second. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to play the stream. Continue in browser. Audio. Count. I'm not talking. Now, of course, you're picking up. I can't. There's no way. You want audio issues? You want them? You want them? You want them? I got them for you. I got audio issues. I got them right here, there, there. I got audio issues for you. I don't think there's any audio. There's no audio issues. It's on your end, man. The test is conclusive. It's at your end. Get that shit fixed. By the way, I don't use this anymore. I used to run Restream.io on here and just open it up for a stream to make sure Facebook's working, but I am running Facebook straight into Beam, or from Beam, I beg your pardon. You're not seeing it, Comtech. No, I'm not. That's weird. Are you still claiming? Now you're unpilled. Are you saying that it's okay? Okay, is it? I mean, I didn't see anything then. I didn't hear anything. I tell you what I did do. I did what you said. I reset my streaming key, and I believe Beam have had a reset. So I did all that. I disconnected and reconnected my output. But I'm not seeing any issues at all, and I would like your experience to be the same. I don't want to hear about poor experiences on my chosen.
That would be different every day.
That would be different every day, would it, Hendrik? Okay, if you say so. I don't think it would be, but you know what? I'll tell you what we'll do. I want to make a quick video about Valora. I'll do it on this stream here. Hendrik's here. Yo, Hendrik, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How you going, Cobber? How's things going? It seems okay now. It was clunky before. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, either way, I do want to make this short video about Valora. So what I'll do is I'll bring it up. I just had it and I closed it. Let me open it up again, skis. This is my little, I'm going to do this while live so you guys can see me doing it. Now, while we do this, you won't be able to make any alert sounds or the chat will disappear. I'm just going to deliver this like I'm recording a video. The crack is that I'm doing it live. So I just want to talk about Valora hitting 3,000 active users on the site because I think that's a pretty big milestone. And I've got a little Stream Deck action here that I can go into. So just for the next, say, I want to keep this under 10 minutes. Just for the next 8 to 10 minutes, I'm going to just pretend you're not here. I'm going to record this video and then we'll come back in and we'll have a great time. For the time being, though, sit quietly and enjoy. I'm going to do this in one take. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Sip of water. All right, here we go. Hello, the internet. It is Sunday, the 9th of August, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. It's time to celebrate a little milestone here, folks. A little milestone. Valora.tv surpassing 3,000 active users on the site. Could be viewers, could be streamers. The combined total of that is over 3,000. I can't recall when we did our last little look-skis into Valora.tv, but it feels like it was a little while ago, and the number was just over 8,000, 1,000. Now we're over 3,000. Let's take a look at the website. You go to Valora.tv. I'm taking out all the backslashes because we want to see what it looks like if you just rock up there. And I'll make this larger so that you guys can see. Yeah, look, thank you for 3,100 registered users and the world's happiest creators. We're all in this together. This little bar at the top does change as things change on Valora. Look how beautiful, I assume that right in, but look how beautiful this site is. Like, seriously. I know we talk about this. Hey, who's this Yahoo? Who is this guy? This guy. Do you know what it is? I'm doing this live. I'm recording this video while I'm live streaming, so I am up there on the machine. But I don't really want to talk about my channel. I want to talk about the platform itself. So let's go and have a little look. One thing that we didn't do, let's just cruise to the home tab here and just scroll down and see what's cracking. Recently started myself, JC playing Too Low Grounded for the first time. The T-Bone Slice, these are just started streamers. On the sidebar here, we've got followed channels. These are my followed channels. But then you've got Growing Community, Smurfy Tunes, Dorian D, Groggy Rob, Angel Star 291, and top streamers, a little top streamers bar here, Stariety, Hotbeats TV, myself, no shit. Hey, thanks very much for that. Mr. Blitzer 79, Mavis Pharmacy, and Cute Avalanche. Now, look, in the idea of keeping this kind of little succinct, I do want to talk about one thing we didn't tab into last time. I don't think we tapped into journals. Top of the screen here, there is a tab called Journals. It allows users to post social posts which then can link back to their own channel. So here are the last set of journals that have been entered. This one here is 3 hours ago, a little bit about me. This is from a channel called It's a Buy. It's a B-I-I-I-I. I mean, it says, hi, I'm Abby. So it's Abby. I'm a disabled streamer. I will mostly play cozy, relaxing games, but will dabble with a scary game here and there. I get sidetracked a lot and probably will read. I think they got sidetracked, or is that's just the teaser? So then you got to click into it. You see what I'm saying? Now, at this point, if you did want to find out a little more about this person via their journal, you can click on their user handle and it takes you, unsurprisingly, to their platform. It's Abby, and here she is. Hasn't shared a bio as yet. Must be quite early in their Valora days. Member since August 2026, exactly, right? So they've only just come here. 7 followers. You know what we'll do? While we're here, give her a follow. I gave her a follow. Why not? She's new. Last live 2 hours ago. We just missed a live. Can we have a look at the clips and videos? Someone clip something? Let's take a look. Let's take a look what Abby's got here for a clip. Playing a game here. Let's play this. Mutatard. I had an audio.
So I was talking with Corey last night, and I was like, I think that journals is what's going to separate Valora from other platforms. Other platforms already offer a 70/30. They just have a prerequisite. Other platforms already offer streaming, right? Other platforms already offer something pretty close to almost instant being able to earn money.
They're talking.
Right?
Okay, so. Okay, so first of all, I thought Abby was a female, but that was a male voice. But that doesn't mean that's her. That was just the clip, right? But the funny thing is they were talking about journals.
And it's right there below. Yes. So I was talking with Corey last night, and I was like, I think that journals is what's going to separate Valora from...
There you go, folks. Journals, and they're talking about it. So that is a journal entry, and you can always get to journals by hitting the tab at the top here, journals. That's a quick and easy way to get there. I would encourage you, Abby didn't do this, unfortunately, but I would encourage you to add an image as well. It just stands out more, and there's a little on-hover effect going on there. So if you did make a journal post, you put a little image in there, and it just gives it more pop, right? So that's something we didn't look into last time we tabbed into Valora, but 3,000 active users on the platform is commendable, considering this platform is just shy of 1 year in age. So it's been about... Well, when did I get over there? Let me see. I think I got here in October last year. Go to my channel. I guess I can do it from up here. My profile. And because this will give you an indicator of when the platform began. So I got here in October 2025, and I think the site had been up for about maybe a month before that. So August, September. So coming up in the next little while... By the way, there's some nice inception going on there. Coming up in about a month's time, maybe a bit longer, Valora will be celebrating a year of existence. Now, I said this last time and I'll say it again this time. When's the best time to get involved with something? At the very grassroots, at the very beginning. They say, when was the best time to buy Bitcoin? When no one else was buying it, when it was worth nothing. When's the best time to get over to Valora? Well, yesterday, now, do it today. Come on over because you're I say this over and over again. If anything, all you do is sign up and grab your handle. You grab your handle, and then later on, maybe you'll use it. If you wait for this number to get from 3,000 to, let's say, 10,000, and then you decide to come on over and grab your handle, someone else might have already grabbed it. If you've got a handle such as JC, right? Let's say your handle was JC. You wanted JC. I think someone's already got that, right? And if there's 3,000 viewers, you've got more chance to get it than when there's going to be 10,000 viewers. So if you want, grab it, park it, come back later on when everything's popping. Let's say your favorite streamer signs up to Valora and all of a sudden the rush is on. Everyone comes screaming in, I can't believe Clavicular is over here. And all of a sudden all of his army comes in and then all the handles get taken up. But if you've come in early and you've nabbed it, you've parked it, you've sat on it, you waited for it, then you can go, oh yeah, I signed up to that place. Remember that GivesAMinute dude from Australia? I signed up after he was telling me and over again, and so I got my name. And then forgot my freaking password and I can't log it back in, so I got to start a new account. Store your password safe. By the way, I'm going to do this again next time Valora hits a milestone. I don't know if it'll be 4,000. It might be when Valora hits 10,000. Who knows? But I hope to see you over here on Valora sometime soon. If you do swing by, drop into GivesAMinute and say hello. If you're a troll, we'll argue with you until we boot you out. But if you're a real person, we'll enjoy your company. And cheerses. This part here, I keep saying to myself, I'm going to cut this bit out, but I always leave it in. So it's like a little bonus track at the end of the album, you know, endless, nameless style. Hey, Duncan, how you doing? I see you there, man. Did that finish? All right, that finished. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do while I'm live. I do that so that you guys can see that I don't know, you guys can do it. You know what I do it for when I'm live? It's because I don't want to set everything up and do it all again later. I'm not denying it. I don't want to have to go and get all my shit and sit here when I'm already got all my shit and sitting here. So I figure I just do it live. Do it live. Back up in the chat though, Hendrik, it's going well. I hope you are doing well, dude. For those that don't know, Hendrik is deep into, I guess this is week 4 of rehab. At least 3 weeks, right? And yeah, it's going well for him, so that's great to hear. 3,000 is great, Comtech. It's great. 3,000. Dude, I got to look back on my other video. I feel like it was 1,000, right? Or was it 2,000? Either way, it's gone very quick. It's gone very quick because that other video we did in June, we missed July. July came and went, and then the next thing it's 3,000 viewers and it's already August. This is week 4. Okay, cool, H, man. Yeah. And Duncan, greetings. I got a firm grip in my handle. Yes, Duncan. See, Duncan got Duncan. Duncan got Duncan on Valora. You tell me when people come in here en masse that the handle Duncan will be available. Duncan's already gone, dude. That's not a, I mean, it's, sorry to do this, man. It's a relatively common name, right? But you got it. No one else can ever have Duncan. Like, that's your handle, dude. Like, that's great, dude. That's cool, man. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and get a beer and have a beer with Duncan. Comtech. And look, stickers and, oh yeah. Let's test kick emojis and shit. They seem to be working. Okay, so that is all hunky-doros. Where else should we go? What about, so Facebook doesn't work. You know what? I really wanted to get Facebook integrated in through the Beam chat. The reason why I really want, because I don't want to watch Facebook, but I know that when I'm live, especially with the IRL stuff, my family watches on Facebook. I'm going to set them up on Valora, but they watch on Facebook, and my mother will often comment on my live feed. This is when I'm, yeah, I said that, when I'm IRL streaming, when I'm driving, she'll comment and she'll get really shitty when I don't respond. And so I thought if I could integrate Facebook through Beam's chat, then it would all pull through. But for some reason, that hasn't been part of Beam 2.0. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I'll just do a test in. So I just posted it in the feed on Facebook, and it didn't populate here. So that's a shame. There is one thing I will say to that, which I didn't really tap into during this little piece I did to the camera before, but there is multi-streaming in BeamStream, in Valora. Go to create a dashboard. And where is it? Community, morals, sub budgets. No. Schedule, analytics, community, monetization, alerts and rewards, chat overlay. Is it in chat overlay? No, sorry. Did I say multi-streaming? I meant chat overlay. Yeah, but no Facebook. So you can do a multi-chat with Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. They're the only platforms you can nab. Yeah. Unfortunately, Facebook's not there either. But a lot of options there for a multi-chat. If you wanted to nab it from, I mean, this is the Valora multi-chat, right? Multi-platform browser source for OBS. It's in beta, but you can only add the 3 platforms at this stage. So I guess I'll have to work on integrating Facebook myself, but that's okay. Now, Comptech, your sticker did work. Oh, but hang on. Can you post that one more time quickly, Comptech? Because I do have eyes on my overlay chat. And even though I haven't done anything with that yet, I'm just curious as to how that came through on BeamStream. Just speaking. There it is. Okay, so it still says Comptech sticker. I'll have to work that. Okay, that's cool. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab myself a beer, homebrew. I'm going to come back. I'm working tomorrow, so it's kind of early. I got to be up about 4 o'clock, so I don't want to have a big stream, but I do want to have a look at these griddles, and we're going to do that with a beer. So, of course, I'm going to leave you right now with some surfboarding. If you like surfboarding, I've been surfboarding. Didn't go yesterday, didn't go today. So this is from last week then. This is last Sunday, this session. Duncan, I was kind of chuffed to find my own name available. You should be, dude. Yeah, look, I'm stoked that you got that. I'm stoked. And I see your avatar in my chat too. You got the Cyberman. The Cyberman from I was going to say Star Wars, Doctor Who. Okay, folks, enough labeling. Labeling? That's right. That's rambling and what are those words I combined? Rambling. See, I'm rambling more. Let's get beer. That won't help it at all, will it?
Which, to be honest, has been shirked and squibbed.
I just shirked and squibbed everywhere. I'll be back in a moment with a beer and we'll shirk it and we'll squib it. Enjoy skis. That was a good surf, kind of. It was just good to be out there. Where are we? Where are we? Comtech with us. Good morning sticker. Okay. We'll get onto that. I'll fix that soon. And then I said, let me get a beer. And I came back with a beer. Salute, a homebrew from a batch that I made recently. And we're about halfway through it. It saddens me when we get to the halfway point of a brewskis, but it saddens me and it pleases me because it means that I can then forth make another batch. You know what I'm saying? Let's crack it and then let's pour it. Sometimes this draw handle says no. In that case, I'll go conventional style. Cheers for a brewski on a Sunday style event. We're going to look at griddles. Get that in there. Shh. Effervescence. Cheers. Beer. I made this beer, therefore I enjoy it more. Okay, shall we move on? I've got a couple of videos here to look at. Which griddle is the best for camping? That is the question. This channel, Blackstone Griddles. I guess this is a brand, right? Dogsky, I'm joining you with an early start tomorrow. 3:10 get up for a 4 o'clock start. Dude, fine. Wow, 4 o'clock start. So if I had to start at 4, I'd have to get up at 2. Get up at 2, leave at 3, start at 4. Yeah. You get up at 3:10, start at 4. See, I'm like an old lady. I take a long time to get ready. Got to do my hair and nails and do a poo, and I got to scroll through Twitter and find out what I've missed. I can't not. And then I answer emails and yeah. You know what, man? I get up before my alarm. It's crazy. You got a 12-hour shift, 3 days of 12 hours. Yes. Okay. Well, I hope it goes fast for you, man. Which griddle is best for camping? Let us find out.
Which Blackstone should you get for camping? Let's take a look at 10 different models and help you decide which one will be perfect for you this year at the campground.
I feel like this is a waste of our time, right? Silly music. Nice dog. Just muting the audio.
Let's start out by talking about the OGs, the Blackstone 17-inch and the Blackstone 22-inch, both with the cold-rolled steel griddle tops. Now, I love...
See, I look, I'm not getting a 12-volt setup. This is irrelevant information. I thought I thought this might include all of them, but it doesn't. So here we go. Grills, grates, and fire anchors. What I use for campfire cooking. This is from a channel called Simon, a bloke in the woods. Now, I guess this is Aussie using those words. This was from 3 years ago. Kill the music. Kill the music. Even that would be suitable, right? Kill the music. Kill the music. I've killed the music. Big bockwurst. Come on, man.
And fire anchors. Folks, and welcome back. This video is all about campfire grills, grates, and fire anchors. Now, although you can make a tripod out of natural materials in the woods to suspend your cooking pot from if you're cooking, or you could just put your cooking pot directly in the embers.
He's not Aussie. Is English cooking pot. What the hell's a fire anchor? I've never heard that term before either. A fire anchor.
to boil water or to cook food. If you're cooking meat or fish or something like that directly over an open fire without a pan or a cooking pot to cook it in, then it's nice to have a grill to put that meat on to keep it up out of the ashes, out of the embers, and to be able to cook it and to turn it easily. It's also sometimes more convenient just to have a grill over your fire when you're cooking in pots as well, because you can rest your pots on them, you can put multiple pots on.
Yeah, true.
It's a flat, stable platform, and you can move it around to adjust your heat control while you're...
This is... man, look, I'm not just doing this because I'm here now with you, but I did not think of that. I thought that I'd either use a pan or I'd use the griddle. But the idea of using the griddle all the time and having a flat surface to work with, put a pan on top of it, I'm definitely getting one of these, right? I'm definitely getting one. And I can already see what it's going to be. It's going to be two-part. It's going to have a flat top, so a sealed top, and it's going to have the grates. This is great.
Cooking. Now, as you'd expect, if you've watched my gear videos before, I have several grills and grates. So I'm going to show you them all in turn. I'm going to break them down into kind of 3 categories, if you like, and just go through them, compare them, show you what I use.
They fold up to some... They're basically...
The first group of grills
they're basically nothing, right?
Are all self-supporting. So they have legs. They fold out, they have legs, they support their own platform on their own legs. I've got a clever folding design here by Bitty Big Q. I've got 2 from Trevor at TJM Metalworks. This one's his small folding grill, and this one's his bigger stainless steel grill. And then I've got a cheap Coughlin's mini campfire grill over there. Let's start with the folding Bitty Big Q grill. You're going to have to excuse the state of my hands. It's inevitable that they're going to get covered in soot because these grills are all
soot.
Well, they're all sooty. They've all been over campfires, so sorry about that. This is a really clever design.
Why would you apologize for that, man? We're talking about fire grills, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reviewing this wetsuit and it's a little wet because of the water. I'm so sorry for that. Don't apologize for the most obvious things.
Grills are flat, so you have to pack them flat, which often is okay because you can stuff them down the back of your rucksack or whatever. But sometimes it's convenient to have something that doesn't fold flat.
See, dude, that would fit. All of these would fit easily in my space that I've got available.
This is designed so that it folds out. It's a bit stiff because I haven't used it in a while. So you fold it out like this, and it's all hinged, and you have your cooking platform there. It then has legs which kind of wind out.
Interesting.
Cleverly like this. And they're
adjustable.
They
have nothing going other than they have big mouths.
They have nothing. They have nothing going on other than they have big mouths. How you going, Netskis? Good to see you, man.
There, or you can just have 2 extensions down, or you can just have
that's pretty sweet.
1 extension down, depending on how high you want it over your fire. And then it extends.
It's not very wide. Oh,
so you've got a bigger grilling platform.
I was literally just about to say it's not very wide, and there it is. That's wide enough. That's cool, man. But it hasn't got the sealed section. I guess that's what you use a pan for, though.
It's actually really stable. I've cooked big amounts of food on here. I've done barbecues at home on it. I've also had cast iron Dutch ovens resting on this, cooking roasts and things like that. So it is quite sturdy, even though it looks like the legs flex quite a bit. They do flex a bit, but to be honest, once it's sat there and it's upright, that's not too much of an issue. They wobble a little bit, but then it just settles down, and it will support a fair amount of weight.
Okay.
Yeah, really good design. It's all stainless steel as well, so it won't rust, which is always nice.
Okay.
It comes in a handy nylon storage bag, so when you're finished, you can roll
it
up.
Is it wrong for me to say I'd like a bigger one? Even though that's nice and svelte and tiny, I think a bigger one might be better.
Put it away in there and pack it away, and it doesn't
Cheers,
make
bro. Or eating dinner, always like a give stream. Thank you, man. Thank you, Netskis.
In your rucksack all sooty, and you also get this neat little cleaning tool, which has notches out of the end, designed to go over the bars of the grill to clean off any bits of fat and burnt on food or whatever.
That's a cool idea.
And there are 4 of them, so it'll even do the ones in the middle there as well.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really well thought out grill.
That's pretty cool.
From Canada.
Canada.
Now Next up is the first of 2 grills I have from TJM Metalworks. This is his small campfire grill, and you have 2 legs which just slot in like this and rotate around.
Okay.
And then that forms your cooking platform. It's really strong. I've had heavy Dutch ovens on here. I've even had my big 14-quart Dutch oven sitting on here quite happily. And you can adjust it by just pushing the legs further down into the ground to get your height.
Okay.
You can also use it as a throwdown grill, so if you don't use the legs, just that in itself, you know, you could put directly over a fire or rest between 2 logs. I'll talk about throwdown grills a bit more in a minute, but this is a great grill. I've had this for a little while, and it's had a lot of use. These are handmade by Trevor here in the UK, and he uses thick steel. His welds are amazing, and it is built to last. This will last a lifetime. I should think I'll still be cooking on this when I'm 80. Yeah, really, really good bit of kit.
Duxky, Bitty Big Q are on Amazon for $96. You know what? That's a great point, because obviously this is United Kingdom. We need to find Australian versions. I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to pull up the Amazonian. And what was it called? Bitty Big Q. Bitty Big Q. What a strange name, dude. What? Bitty Big Q on Amazon. Oh, you might be looking at Amazon US. I'm on Amazon.au skis. I'll go to Amazon. Actually, no, I won't, because I definitely want to buy from Amazon AU.
I'm going to visit all 6 levels of the mine, explore each of them.
Enjoy your Exclamore. I guess we could look for campfire grill. Grill plate. Yeah, here we go. I mean, look, this is what I was picturing. Do you know what?
Are you feeling frightened?
No.
Fuck.
No.
It's funny you should trigger that one right there, Hendrik. I'm pretty certain Marty brought this exact one with him on our trip and we didn't use it. I'm positive we had this with us and Marty, we didn't use it. But that looks rad, right? Anyway, we'll search up more later.
Fill the hole.
Use the hole. Fill the hole.
And then we've got the small fire grill's big brother. This is also TJM Metalworks.
That's cool.
Same principle, the legs fold out and you can push it into the ground or have it higher up depending on you know, how high you want it above your...
Sorry, try Bitty Big Q on Aussie Amazon. So did you find that on Aussie Amazon? Aussie Amazon. Bitty Big Q. Bitty Big Q. Okay, there we go. Yeah, right there it is. Okay, $96. I do like this. I do like this, man. It doesn't have a flat top section though, but you'd have to get a pan out for that. That part's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I look, I'm
smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
I'll smoke a kipper on it and then we'll test it. I'm open to that. We'll go back and keep both of these tabs open because I'm eyeing up this one here, to be honest. But you know what? We'll learn about them all and then we'll make a decision. The one he's showing now looks sturdier. That's true, yeah. The Bitty Big Q did look a little... Like, I could see myself knocking that over or putting a pan on and then looking away to look at a bird or something and then the next thing it falls over because it does look a little bit flimsy, for sure.
Heat control. The bars on the grill run in the opposite direction to the other grill. They run across and they're also closer together, which means it's better for grilling meats, really. You know, less chance of your sausages or whatever from rolling down into the fire underneath. Trevor actually made this for me when I did the canoe trip in Scotland last year. I needed something that would fit exactly in my canoe barrel, So he
Nice.
adjusted the size to fit. And he'll do that, you know, if you get in contact with him and you want something specific, a particular size, or
Trevor sounds like a nice guy.
something unrelated. You know, he's a metal worker. He has a forge.
Could he write me a metal riff, or not that kind of metal?
Is what he does, and he can help you out, I'm sure. But this is fantastic. This is stainless steel, this one, unlike the other one, which is mild steel. So I haven't got to worry about it rusting. I'm not always the best at remembering to oil my grills. When I get back off a trip, I'll give them a quick clean and put them away in the bag. And 9 times out of 10, when I go back to use them, they've got a surface layer of rust, which is easy to clean off. But you won't have that problem with this being stainless steel.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
I mean, I think it should all be stainless steel, so you never have to worry about that. But this makes so much sense because I've always done the opposite and just like got the wood flat and then put a pan on top of it. And 9 times out of 10, the wood keeps, well, it's obviously it's burning, right? So it changes, and then the next thing the pan falls and half of the food falls out. So I am not doing this trip without one of these. This is mandatory.
Really good grill. All of his grills have bags that they store in to keep the soot at bay, and they're made by his brother David Fryers. You know, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know about him. I use a lot of his bags, and he makes bags for all of Trevor's grills, so you can have it nicely stored away in your kit, in your rucksack, without making everything all sooty and horrible.
Sooty, all sooty and horrible. That wants sootiness.
And then the last folding grill is this small one here from Coughlin's. It's a folding design, but this time the legs are attached. They don't come off, so you can't use the grill as a throwdown grill. You have to use it with the legs standing up like this, which is fine. And because it has a bar along the bottom there, you can't push it down to the ground, so it's not adjustable like the other two.
That's so flimsy.
Thin gauge. I think it's just chrome-plated steel. It's not stainless steel or anything. So, you know, its lifetime is going to be limited by that.
That's pretty flimsy, huh?
And because it's such thin gauge, you can't put heavy things on it because I think it would just fold and collapse. But if you want to cook a steak out in the woods, or you just got a small billy pan or a small frying pan, this will probably do the job quite nicely. It's also very light and it's small. It's considerably smaller than the others that I've shown you, but it doesn't come with a bag, so you'd have to source or make a bag to put it in. Otherwise, it's going to make all of your kit, filthy.
That's a funny laugh.
To put it in, otherwise it's going to make all of your kit, filthy. They're also.
I don't know why. I just found that laughter funny. I think we don't need to watch any more of this because we've already decided what we're going to get. But I think look, we got one more video here. Should you buy this campfire grill? This is from a channel called Road Widgets. This is Adventure Seeker 24-inch folding campfire grill. And I think this is Australian made. I'm not 100% certain.
Today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Seeker campfire grill. If you are looking for a little bit more of a substantial grill, this might be it for you, because I went through the same thing. I had a cheap little flimsy grill that went over the fire, and it was just falling apart. So I decided to upgrade and try something new. So let's check it out. All right,
Seeker.
So as you can see, it does come with a nice little carrying case. This will be great for me because I live in a camper full time.
That's a bag.
Being able to keep things nice, neat, and stored is a huge positive for me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this thing's much better than the last one I had. So it has two
sections,
legs, as you probably heard there. It is made out of nice, sturdy material. There's the grill itself, so you have the griddle. And the grill right here, I will be using this for cooking my dinner tonight. First impressions are this is night and day better than my previous grill.
Ah, imagine he just got fucking burnt. Burn me. Who would have known that fire was hot? There's no, you know what? There's only one way to test these. Hey, to throw a fucking steak on it. Get the meat out. What happened to the audio? That's at his end. I guess he had... Oh, wow, that's the end of the video? I guess he had music on there that got copyright claimed. That's it, though. This is a minute 40. That's a shit review, dude. That's funny. That's his whole video. Okay, I mean, I guess, what's this? Fire pit for camping. I don't want to get down that road of all these gadgets that I don't need. But Seeker 24-inch campfire grill. Let's see if that is available on the Amazonians. Just out of curiosity, we'll open up a new Tabarunos and have a look. Campfire grill from Seeker. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Seeker 24-inch. So it's a little more expensive. So there's Vivor and there's Seeker. Seeker. Oh, this one. Fire pit grill grate. Why is this one? Ah. What's that noise that I keep hearing? Look at this thing. Looks like a Chinese firecracker or something. That's a Schwenken. Schwenken. Okay, these are now getting out of control. So check out the steak one. The Pom had one coming up. Oh, did he? The steak one. I think I closed that Tabaruni, but I could open it again under history. The Pommy had one coming up. Let's take a look. The steak one. Coghlan's. Mesh grill twin pack. Boundless voyage. This one?
With the holes punched out. I haven't had any problems with it distorting that I've noticed, but that's probably down to it being such thick gauge. So it is a little bit heavier than some other titanium grills, but you know, I think it's worth the extra bit of weight for it being that much.
It's kind of crazy to get such a small one. You could just put half a steak on it or 3 sausages.
You know, you can chuck it on a fire and you can grill your meat, or you can support a pot on it. This is actually part of my reflector oven. It's the kind of baking support shelf, but when I'm not using it in the reflector oven, I sometimes use it as a grill. While we're on throwdown grills, I mentioned earlier that both of Trevor's folding grills can also be used as a throwdown grill. So if you want to save a bit of weight on a trip, you can leave the legs at home and just take them.
A throwdown grill. Let's go back to the Amazon. So if I'm going to buy one of these, I just want to see why. What's the difference between the Vivor and the Seeker? They look kind of similar, but one may be a cheaper. One could just be a cheaper, you know, like a Temu version, if you like. High quality steel. The open fire grill is made of heavy duty steel, so not stainless, but steel, with a coat of paint on the surface. That doesn't sound cool. They painted it? Why would you want to paint that? You're going to cook on it. Paint. Okay, let's look at the comments. Really great, easy outdoor cooking. This is from Australia last year. A great outdoor cooking item, cooked all weekend, including veggies. Very easy to clean. The only issue is that the bag tore the first time I put it away. Okay. This review says, as it says. This one says, size fits most campfires. Just heavy enough. Stands up to open flame. Huh? Carry bag isn't the best. Okay, so the bag is shit. Hat sich ein Wascher in Schwenden behat. Ein guter Hohn zum Kochen. Kleins Marco, Wein, die kleinen Seitengriff angebracht sind, lasst sich die Tasche nicht mehr schließen. That was in German. Why did you do that? Why didn't you talk in English? If we're on Amazon.au, you idiots. Either way, I'm going to take a look at the more expensive Seeker. Campfire ready durability, high temp, food safe finish. Food safe finish, so it's been painted as well. Tested by Aussie camping experts. They've been out there in the bush camping, mate. Yo, Just Mock, how you doing, man? Well, howdy, Gives. Hope all's been well. Yes, it has been. All's been well, dude. It's good to see you. Over on the pilled machine. How's it going over there for you? You take the red pill, I'll take the green pill. This is high quality steel. Griddle and grill in one. Yes, yes. Foldable. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's review the comparisons from users in Australia. A perfect addition to our campfire. Great quality. This person says, I honestly wasn't expecting much from this grill grate. I haven't used it yet. It just arrived today. Why the fuck are you making a review if you haven't used it? This is dumb, right? You're writing a review on something you haven't used? How were the eggs, sir? Oh, they were great. I haven't eaten them yet. The hell? What? Okay, the pivot point where it folds is held together with a standard bolt and nuts, not some cheap rivets. Rivet, I love that word. Bro, get off Valora. Stream is dead again. Are you serious? Valora died? Seriously? We couldn't connect to this stream? Seriously? That is a real shame. Are you looking for a cooking stove? Yes. Oh, that is a real shame. Yep, it's dead on Valora. Fuck, man. That is a real shame. I don't know what to say. I mean, I talk with Corey a lot, and I don't know what's going on there. How long have I been live? At 1 hour and 9 minutes, and it's killed it. I'll just message him. That's a real shame. One that you can pack up and take on the go. I assume so. One that can use wood or gas. So it's going to be it's a campfire. So it's going to be on my road trip. I'm just messaging him. I just messaged Corey because I mean he look, I'm annoyed at that and Corey's going to be pissed at that. I don't know what's going on, but like I've only streamed 2 days, yesterday and today, and yesterday by the way, I'm going to restart it now. Yesterday my stream got cut like 4 or 5 times, and I don't know where it's coming from, like what, because everything else is working, right? Man, I got to get a haircut. I look hideous. Look at this hideous hair. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's Beam's end. I don't know. People go to Pilled Foxhole Gives if you want to. Fair enough. Fair enough. I appreciate that. Look, so there's 2 things going on here. I'm just going to restart this on Valora. There's 2 things going on here. NetTV loves Pilled, and he really wants me to stream on Pilled. I am streaming on Pilled. I'm using that as an output. I'm streaming on all the platforms. I have chosen Valora as my home, and yeah, fair enough. When shit goes south, and it seems to be doing that quite a lot lately, you have every reason, every right. I understand why you would be saying, why are you using that site when it keeps fucking up on you? Pilled isn't fucking up. Pilled is still working. I get it. Doesn't look good when I've just promoted the site at 3,000, registered viewers and this and that, and then before I even know what's happened, my streams just died for no reason. So the point here is it's like you've just scored a goal, right? I'm going to counter that goal and I'm going to score my own goal. It might not be now, it might be later. But let me just assure you, I've chosen Valora. What I've seen on Valora, what I understand from having discussions with the people that matter and being involved in something to do with the platform, I feel like this is a great place. There are some kinks that need ironing, of course. So you can, Netskis, you can rant and rave and scream about coming to Pilled, but I'm not. I'm going to multi-stream to Pilled. I'm going to always multi-stream, but I've chosen Valora as my home. We're going to have to get the raccoon out from underneath the floorboards, though, because there needs to be some dealings to be done. Everything I've ever heard and seen from Valora, I won't even make an account there. Fair enough. You can choose Just Mock. You can choose. Yeah, you can definitely choose whatever you want. I feel like what I've seen. That's going to be weird. That is going to be weird. Look, by the way, right that right there, there's no way. Like a big thing on my streams is these alerts, right? That you guys can trigger. Now, yes, you can do that on bot tricks and you can do that with Kick, or you can do it natively through Valora. So a big thing for me is having you guys trigger these sound bites. That's a Valora thing. You don't get that on Pilled. I'm just saying, right? I don't like Pilled personally. You don't like Valora personally. Fine. We can all still coexist.
Where else should we go?
Where else should we go? I like Valora. And also, there's something else that needs to be said, which I'm sure you're aware of, Just Mock, and I know Netski's aware of it, but you are aware that Beamstream bought Pilled, right? And they didn't just buy it, the verbiage was merger. So I'm just saying, don't get too cozy at Pilled. At some point, you may find Pilled is now Beam. I'm just saying, like, I mean, we read... That's my homebrew. That's my homebrew. That is literally my belly gurgling from drinking off homebrew. Not this one, on previously on GivesAMinute. Yeah, are you guys aware of that? Like, you're aware that Beamstream bought Pilled, right? And the way that they announced it was it's a merger. So what does a merger mean? A merger, when two lanes merge, what happens? You get one lane. Right? Think about it. The word merge. You know English. We did this yesterday on the stream about Starlink. What does English mean? English is English always, right?
You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm talking about? English always means English. The English language is very clear about what words mean. Merging is when one or more combine and become an individual. Beamstream bought Pilled and they announced it as a merger. So I would suggest don't get too cozy in your Pilled rug, because at some point you might be swapping that rug for a Beam rug. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, right? Like they did. Look, Netskis, you can scream and rant and rave like I can, but that did happen. Beam did purchase Pilled, and they announced it as a merger. And you're a Kiwi man, and I know merging in New Zealand means the same thing, right? Merging means the two lanes come into one, and then you have one lane. I'm just saying, dude.
I said you take all the time you want.
You take all the time you want with that, because the merger is in the process. So you take all the time you want. I'm just saying, they merged, and you love your Pilled, but it may not last much longer. Chooses. Take that red pill and suck on it. Let that slide down your... Man, I was going to get really aggressive then. I don't have any reason to be aggressive. Just slide that pill down and let it feel. You know when you take a pill and you don't take enough water and it sort of...
It's because we suck.
It's because we suck. And it goes down your throat and you feel it going down. That's what you need to do right now. You need to suck on that pill and feel it going down. Shit. Trust me, I don't think pilled is the answer to it all. I think multi-stream, I don't call one place home because it's not. Well, one place for me...
At ID Digital Agency, we appreciate the work you give us. We respect your deadlines, your time, and your trust. And we show it in how we communicate.
There was nothing phony about that communication from Jay Boston himself. That was not AI at all.
We can't blame anybody else but ourselves. We suck at what we're doing. We really do suck at what we're doing.
Yep. Captain RG3 speaks the truth there. We do suck at what we're doing. For you, the best place should be Rumble. Well, I'm on Rumble right now. I mean, I've been on Rumble today. I mean, I'm live streaming to Rumble, as I always do. And I see 2 viewers and I see no comments on Rumble.
Just about everything is a big yawn.
Rumble is a big yawn to me. Rumble is a confusing one. Hello, Rumble. I'm there. Are you? Are you there? Is anybody there? I don't think anybody's over there. I think it's a dead site. Of all the sites that I stream to, the one that I kind of like, aside from Valora, I kind of don't mind arena.social. It's crypto-based and that ticks my tickled fancy box. The crypto thing, I've got a few of their tokens and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I get comments on there. Yeah. Every time I look at my stream, I think, get a fucking haircut, man. I only say that because you can speak more freely. You have a lot of followers there. I have a lot of followers on Rumble. I do. I've only got 46 followers. 46 followers. I mean, to be frank, since the DLive death, I've been focusing on Valora and I have how many followers? About 60? And how many have I got on Pilled? The numbers don't lie, do they? Pilled. What the fuck was that noise? What was that? That wasn't one of my alerts. What the hell was that, dude? A duck? Where did that come from? For real, I'm being dead serious. I don't know where that alert came from. What the flying fuck was that duck alert? Comtech, was that you that did that? Let me check Valora. What was that, dude? Honking geeses. That was Comtech. Angry goose honking honk. So what that is, and this might be why I like Valora, because what that is, Comtech sent me a sound alert which belongs to some other streamer. I'm assuming Angry Goose. Maybe not. Maybe it belongs to Comtech. Either way, I don't know how that happened, but Comtech sent me something that I don't have. And the owner of that alert earns money from that in the form of what they call vaults, which is like a kind of like a Lino, if you like, back in the day, right? Or a lemon. But yeah, I mean, and that blows me away because when I get that alert, first of all, it surprises me because it's not mine, so I don't know what it is. But then someone else earns off of it. So at this stage, while there's 3,000 people on Valora and there's no one famous or anything, but let's just imagine, you know, what happened with DLive when PewDiePie came over. And all of a sudden you've got his army of 20 million followers and they're all donating and using those alerts, and the person who created them is getting the rewards. Like the ecosystem on Valora for streamers to earn is in place. And I believe the layout of the platform is visually stunning. There are bugs and there are things that are being worked on, but currently it's not even a year old. And just imagine when a huge name comes over for whatever the reason. It may be a marketing buy-in, it may be a streamer being incentivized somehow. I don't know, whatever it is. But imagine when that happens, and then suddenly everything that we've been enjoying is now molded and exaggerated by like 100-fold. And so when Comtech sends Angry Goose or Purple Fireworks, that again, that may be one of his. I'm not sure, but if it belongs to someone else, they're earning off of that. And imagine PewDiePie's doing that by 100,000x. Come on, man. Like, think about it. What is the specific reason why your alerts don't work on Beam or Pilled? My alerts. My alerts or the Valora alerts? They do. If you send, hang on, if you send, I mean, first of all, Beamstream just acquired Pilled, but they also updated their chat overlay, and now stickers are not as large as they used to be, which kind of sucks. Check this out. Here comes a Pilled sticker from me. That used to be a very large sticker that we could all admire of this someone dancing. What are you saying though? Alerts don't work? They do. They do. Anyway, back up to the chat. Don't get me wrong, brother, multi-stream, but trust me when I say if you told fans to follow you on Rumble and use Rumble more for videos, you'd get a lot more views all over, because then your content will be suggested across Rumble to more people. Okay. Fair enough. But they won't, because they are too PC correct. Beam and Pilled lets you stream whatever you want, and it's your responsibility to moderate what you stream. Are you talking about the content again? Are you doing that thing where you say you can stream anything you damn well please? Do you want to do that again, man? Do you want to go down that avenue again? I'll argue that against you again if you want. I mean, we've done it before, but we can do it again. Because that's just not true. Like, no, there's no platform on the internet. Hang on a second. I'll rephrase that. There's no platform on the public internet that you can stream whatever you want and be completely safe from any copyright. That doesn't exist. They're all succumbed to the same DCA parameters that any platform is. They're all the same, dude. Just Mock, if you stream more than 4 hours on Pilled, it may not save more than 4 hours of the stream. That's a problem, because I often do like 10-hour IRL streams. But on Pilled, people can donate to you at any time, even when not live. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool feature, making a donation when you're not live. Did I miss a Guinness glass? Guinness glass. I want that Guinness glass. Comtech, thank you, man. I think what we're seeing here, and this has derailed me slightly, because I wanted to get back to the Griddle, which we will. But what we're seeing here is the formations of where this goes, right? Where this live streaming thing goes. There's many platforms. There's many streamers. They're all going to choose one or the other. I personally choose to do them all. I'll multi-stream as much as I can. I mean, I'm still streaming to these. Actually, no, I killed them. Wait, did I get rid of those? I stopped streaming to that Japanese porn site because... Wait, did I? Yeah, I stopped it. I've still got Nemo. I've got Nemo Bot TV, that place. But I stopped streaming to FC2, that Japanese porn site. I just got sick of it because I thought about it and I was like, so everyone's on that website to look at Asian chicks getting off. And then they come across one regular dude from Australia talking about something. They're not going to watch that, right? Why would they watch this dude when there's like, keep flicking and you just get naked chick after naked chick? There's no point, right? Now you might say, well, you know, like you got to try to you got to give it a shot. I did give it a shot for a number of years, like I'm doing with Vaughn. I'm still on Vaughn, and I'm thinking about flicking that off too, because Vaughn Live, I don't know, that just seems dumb, right? But I'm there right now. I'm live on Vaughn Live. I've given all the platforms a crack with multi-streaming, but ultimately, it's the same as the DLive days. I want to bring you to my platform of choice. And in those days, it was DLive. In these days, it's Valora. You're good people and you have fun content. A lot of people will like you on Pilled. They can still like me on Pilled. I'm not saying that they can't like me on Pilled. I am live on Pilled. I'm live. Hello, Pilled. I'm live right now. I've been studying and watching platforms for many years, watching different channels and their views. Do you know what, man? My YouTube channel, I guess, it's always been the back end of everything. Like the YouTube is like, that's the one that's not going away, right? Like I don't think there won't come a time when you hear Beam bought YouTube, right? Beamstream.gg is buying YouTube and they're going to merge. That's never going to happen, right? If anything, YouTube buys Beam and they're going to merge and fuck off Beam. That may happen, but I doubt it. But the point of it is YouTube is like the rock, you know, whether you like it or not. And I'll be honest, man, I don't really like it. Like my YouTube algorithm is deader than dead. I believe I might have even gone backwards in numbers this year. We'll find out coming up, right? August 9. On the 28th of August, that's my 11th year on YouTube. And I'm pretty certain, even though I've uploaded maybe 200 videos throughout the year and maybe 100 live streams, I'm pretty certain my sub count has gone down. So I don't really put too much concern to that. The metric that I do concern myself with on YouTube is the money, right? Like the AdSense. And that hasn't really changed too much. So the subscriber number is lousy, but the money coming in is still reasonably good. But as far as growing a community, I don't think YouTube's the place to do that. Hello, YouTube. I just don't think it's worthy. I don't know who Beam is. Well, you better start learning about Beam because you're now just mock. You are now on Pilled, and Beamstream.gg just bought Pilled yesterday, the day before yesterday, 2 days ago. You should read up on it, dude. Beamstream, Angel Munoz, the CEO of Beamstream, issued a press release. They just acquired Pilled, and they're announcing the merger of the two. So, like I said before, we all know English, and what does the word merge mean? Two or more become one. So you're about to be merged. However that looks. Now, look, things may change, and you may go 4 months with no difference, no change. May go 5-6 months, and then all of a sudden something changes on Pilled. It's like, oh, that was the merger. They might have chosen the wrong verbiage. There may be coexistence of both platforms just owned by Beam. That might be the case, but they did say it's a merger. And I understand English. You do as well. Merger, two or more becomes one. There's my link to Beamstream. Yeah. Pilled is not my home. It's just a bar I stop in and say hi to people. Fair enough. I stopped streaming on Pilled altogether. I don't even post and delete tons of stuff. Okay. I mean, look, yeah, I feel like everyone has the choice to do what they want, you know? The only reason this has come up is because, unfortunately, or fortunately for Net TV, and unfortunately for myself, the chosen platform that I parked my car at, or my parked up GoVan at, does have issues. There's no reason for my stream to be cut, 2 or 3 times per stream, but that's what's happening on Valora. It's fine now, but it often does get cut. Now that doesn't look good, and of course, when you start slacking off, that's when they get in behind you and start scoring goals, right? So Net TV's taken advantage of me being lethargic in the second half of the game, and he's trying to get goals, right? He's trying to score. We don't need a VAR for this. He did score. Net TV scored, and I'm down. I'm not going to make it through the. I'm not going to make it through the group phase here. I'm not even going to get to the round of 32. By the way, on that note, I'm still in the group phase watching all the games. Haven't even got out of the group phase yet. The World Cup football, I understand who wins. I haven't seen the game yet. When did that final get played? Like 3 weeks ago? Just Mock, I've been following you since 2020 when you came to DLive. I like your content. Well, I came to DLive in 2019. Thank you, man. Did you see the tweet that Angel? You know what? Let's go to Twitter. Oh, shit! Better be careful here. It's my Twitter. I do use Twitter for, well, not so much these days, but I was using it for some exclusive adult content. Yeah, I got to a point. I got to a point with Twitter where I was using it for crypto. This is the main reason I use Twitter, or I did use Twitter more. Okay, rewind. I used to use Twitter for crypto content, and then all of a sudden a lot of porn came on Twitter, like a lot of porn, and I was like, this could just be like a porn site. And so I was getting involved, and then I realized, like, okay, I came on here to find out some Twitter news, some crypto news, and I'm getting distracted by hot chicks. This isn't right. I need that for later, not now. So this is my personal profile, my GivesAMinute profile. And I don't want to scroll through it because whatever could come up. But what I wanted to show you, go to my profile. I did post on this. Oh, it's under replies, isn't it? Yeah, I always get that wrong. Here on Beam, this is. By the way, you guys should all be on board with this because this was the announced from Beam stream. Yo, Blueskies, how you doing? How you doing, Blueskies? A new chapter begins. Beam and Pilled have signed an agreement to merge, bringing together their technologies and creator communities with a combined reach of 12 million people, redefining the future of live streaming. That's from Beam Stream, talking about the merger. Merger announcement, stronger together, built for the future. That kind of tells me that Pilled is going away, to be honest. Now, the reason I brought this up is because I tweeted underneath it and said, what about DLive? You could have saved that place too. So I was kind of being a little tongue-in-cheek about it, like, you bought Pilled, why didn't you buy DLive? Well, this is what Angel replied with, the CEO of Beam. He says, Angel Munoz says, hi Gives, we tried reaching out to DLive and they never responded. In fact, we posted about their closure and tagged them. And then they posted this tweet from April 8th when DLive was closing the doors. But then I followed up with saying, are you saying you were willing to make an offer to acquire DLive? Unfortunately, Angel was a bit cagey with his response. He says, we're saying we reached out to them and they should have contacted us back. What we could have done together was to be determined. So he didn't quite say that they offered money, because are you telling me when DLive was dying, if a CEO of a bigger platform or I mean, DLive was bigger than Beam, but I'm saying like a platform that wasn't closing their doors came in and said, hey, we'll buy you guys. Why would DLive not respond? So I wanted to know what Angel offered. What did Beam offer? What did Beam offer DLive? He won't say they offered him anything at all. He said we reached out to them. The question I asked was, I said, are you saying you were willing to make an offer? He didn't really respond. He didn't give a definitive answer. DLive couldn't sell because of the audits going on and some corruption. Well, we don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. And they never announced anything publicly. And unless you have information about that, I feel like that's all speculation. We don't know anything about that. Justin Sun was very tight-lipped and very closed about anything to do with DLive. In fact, the only times I heard him mention the word DLive was when it was connected to the protocol. So he wasn't talking about DLive.tv. He was talking about the DLive.org, which was their peer-to-peer BitTorrent style protocol where you host the session on your local end and you stream that way. That's all he ever was interested in. The CEO, Bing, what was his name? Bing Ting? That's the guy that replaced Charles Wayne. I think his name was Bing or Bing Ting. I never heard him say anything, right? Charles Wayne was forthcoming and was on live feeds talking about the future of the platform, and then Bing Ding doesn't do anything like that. Justin Sun, the guy who owns it all, shuts up entirely, won't talk about it at all. Did a live stream where he literally titled it The Future of DLive. Didn't stream it on DLive.tv, streamed it on DLive.org. The other one, right? The future of streaming on DLive is not on DLive.tv, it's on the org. I thought that was baffling. So I don't know. There's speculation about how that all ended and how it all wound up. But either way, if Beamstream did make an offer, I personally, maybe not publicly, but I personally would like to know whether that happened and why did DLive refuse it? Not that it makes any difference, but if it doesn't make any difference for anybody, really, it's just a curiosity thing. Anyway, campfire grills. I reckon I'm going to buy one of these. I wanted to take a look at the reviews. This guy reviewed it without even using it. No, update. Now that I've used it, I can say it works perfectly for my needs. Easy to cook for 4 people. Is that cooking for 4 people or cooking for people? There's more space dust on here. It works well, but it's not easy to clean. We'd like it. Okay. Got this for camping. It's been really wonderful. Strong and sturdy, given us easy ways to cook breakfast, especially with the grate side for meat, the griddle side for toast. Okay. I think I'm going to get one, folks.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
So this is what I think I'm going to buy. Let's do a little review skins on the Tubes of You just to see if anyone's reviewed this exact unit. You know? 2 years ago, Road Widgets, the same guy. Oh no, that was the one we saw earlier, right? Okay, wow. There's not much on the Tubes. 10 days ago. Red Camp. That's not it. What the hell? Did you really use that transition?
Are you feeling frightened?
No.
No. No. Are you feeling frightened? I was frightened by that. That scared the shit out of me. I don't see... Maybe it's because it's got the 24-inch. Not much on the Tubes of You for this campfire grill. Seeker 20... Let's just go Seeker campfire grill. Yeah, not many YouTube reviews. Here is... What was that noise? Is that another one of those funky alerts? Comtech sent an alert. I just heard this little boom. Comtech. I love it. This is a bit more expensive. $150. It's a little more pricey than I thought. But it does look good. I like the ones on poles that swing over the fire. Not a big fan of the table with legs type. Okay. You know what I should do? I should take this onto my desktop and I'm going to just measure the space in GoVan to make sure that it does fit in there. 61 centimeters definitely will fit. And then the width of it, 30. Yeah, that'll fit for shizzle. 30 centimeters. Yeah. That'll fit easily. Don't even need to check that. Comes with chicken, eggs, and veggies, and fish and meat. That's everything. Yeah, I'm going to get one of these dudes. Yeah. Yep. Features compact folding design. Seeker does it. Brand A doesn't. Brand B doesn't. Heavy duty coated steel. Seeker does it. Brand A doesn't. Brand B doesn't. Carry bag. Seeker does. Brand A doesn't. Brand B does. Okay. Versatile cooking surface. Seeker does. Brand A does not. Brand B does not. Easy setup. Seeker does that. Brand A does it. Brand B does not. That's the dumbest marketing ever. You got to give names, man. Brand A, Brand B. All right. Oh, delivery by Thursday, the 27th of August. Shit, I better buy that now. Whoops. I added it to my cart. Oh, whoops. 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 I just bought it. Do you know what happened then? This marketing happened. I wasn't ready to buy that, but I saw one left and I saw sent by 27th of August. I'm looking to leave. Yeah, fuck. I almost flipped out and thought, wait, I'll be gone by then. No, I'm going in September. So I saw one left and I saw 27th of August and I was like, oh, that doesn't normally work on me, but it worked right then. So that advertising worked. I just bought it, man. It's done. I just bought it. Confirmation placed. I can't show it to you because it's got my address on it, but I just bought it. Advertising doesn't work until it does work. And when
I will admit, this is a fairly niche complaint.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not complaining. I'm not complaining. Limited sold. Thank you, Duncan. Now, by the way, Duncan's here, and this is cool because I want to end the stream on this. Duncan and I were talking, in VR form, virtual voice recordings that Duncan and I send each other, and we were talking about duplicating VHS cassettes. These things behind me. How they did these back in the day to duplicate these old magnetic cassettes with the spools. And I was saying how fun, or not how fun, but how interesting it would be to see a duplication factory or a warehouse, how they do it. Because like Duncan made a point where duplicating like DVDs and like Blu-rays is a lot easier because it's just a press machine that, takes the disc and presses it. But with magnetic tape, you've got to spool it all. The whole tape has to be spooled through, like it's got to start at one end and then it's got to go to the other end, and all of the tape has to be exposed to the record heads. So therefore, the way I picture it happening is was there a factory where there's like lines and lines and lines of tapes that are just going all day in like long, thin line, like, an E180 or an E320, this video cassette is just spooling off from one end to the other, going through, and the record heads are doing it. And then that's one tape, but then they've got lines of them, like a swimming pool, like a line of them going all along. And you just see Duncan overnight sent me a video transfer VHS. Let's take a look at what it looks like.
We don't just duplicate large volume orders of VHS cassettes perfectly and on time. We do it at high speed with a turnaround time and efficiency rate that is unparalleled. It all takes place in our Class 1000 clean room, where the air is filtered and refiltered multiple times per minute.
So hold on. So this thing here, where's my mouse? This thing here, this big platform, is that all the tapes like in a big circle?
In our Class 1000 clean room, where the air is filtered and refiltered multiple times per minute.
I was going to say high-speed dubbing. High-speed dubbing, of course, but what I'm saying is they need to... So what we're seeing there, one tape, right? One tape. Wouldn't they stack these on top of each other and have like, 10 lines of that? So you can do 10... In real time, you instead of doing one or high-speed dub, but you do 10 of them on top of each other. That's what I thought would be the case.
This keeps dust particles and foreign matter to a bare minimum, an essential element to high-quality, high-speed duplication. A mirror mother master is made of the program to be duplicated. It is copied repeatedly at speeds up to 240 times faster than real time on a high-speed sprinter. The random patterns that are formed as the master tape is duplicated.
What are we seeing here, man? So 240X, so Duncan, I was hoping to find something better than this, but sadly no dice. This does kind of show it, but it doesn't, I don't know. It's not clear. In some factories, maybe they just did, but they also, the high-speed dubbing, they could do movies in a few minutes. Yeah, he said 230X, yeah.
It is copied repeatedly at speeds up to 240 times faster than
240.
real time on a high-speed sprinter. The random patterns that are formed as the master tape is duplicated can be quite fascinating to watch.
Wow.
The program
What the hell? So the tape just fucking lands up in this area and just sits there? And it forms a pattern?
Master tape is duplicated can be quite fascinating to watch.
Wow.
The program is repeatedly copied onto large spools of high-grade VHS tape. The spools are put onto Tapematic 3003 assembly machines where each cassette is actually made. Each plastic shell contains leader tape attached to its internal reels.
Yes.
This leader tape is cut and quickly attached to one end of the program to be loaded into the cassette.
It's so much technology here to get, to be fair, to get a lossy copy of something. Like there's a lot of tech in this. Yeah, so it doesn't tangle. They could make sure get all the dust off it. Why wouldn't they just reel it straight back onto the reel though?
The program is spooled off to its exact length, attached to the other end of the leader tape, and the cassette moves along, making a space for the next one as the process is repeated. As the cassettes leave the Tapematic 3003 machines, they are sent on a conveyor belt to the bundling area.
Is it really called the Tapematic 3000?
Leave the Tapematic 3003 machines.
That sounds like it's straight out of like The Simpsons. Tapematic 3000. That sounds funny. The Tapematic 3000. You can buy one on eBay. Let's see. Let's buy one, folks. I just bought a Griddle. Let's buy a Tapematic 3000. Only $2,800, man. That's cheap as shit. Imagine buying that. Like, imagine buying that and then just duplicating these shitty old VHSs I've got behind me. And you buy it, and the guy's like, "What do you like? You got to get this shipped from the States to Australia. What are you duplicating?" Well, there's a skateboarding video there I used to watch in the 90s. The Tapematic 3000, 110 volts. Comes from Oregano in Milano, Italy. Wow. Let's not and say we did, eh?
Machines, they are sent on a conveyor belt to the bundling
It would
area.
weigh, dude, it would weigh an absolute shit ton, Duncan. Yes, it would. You'd pay more in shipping than what you're paying to buy the thing.
The Tapematic 3003 machines, they are sent on a conveyor belt to the bundling area. As they leave the duplication room, they pass by a videojet machine that sprays a control number and program duration time on the side of each cassette. This order specifies cardboard sleeves, so the stacks of finished cassettes are placed on a sleever machine where they are automatically inserted into their packages.
Wow. Crazy, man. Just mock. I get a VHS to digital setup and then put them in and tell them to play. So, well, look, the reason this came up is because I was talking about my digitizing program or process. So I did have, oh, by the way, while we're here, Duncan, I can show you what that device was that I had. I had so this gets a little bit technical, but we'll wrap the stream up here with this, but I have a lot of these guys, mini DV cassettes. What's on this one? Hartley, Beck's Ribbon, Meet the Parents. Oh, that's when I met. I videoed myself meeting my girlfriend's parents. Helensburgh with Boris, Lux and Osti. Jensen Cole Brothers DVD launch. Onion's birthday. Beck working on Tensai. Beck's painting. These are all, that's August. That's tape number 49 from August 2007. So these are mini DV cassettes. That's the size of them. Very, very small. Can we get a focus? Why is that not focusing? It's right on it. Okay, there you go. These are very small, but they do obviously still have the magnetic cassette, the magnetic tape in there, as you'd imagine. And they do go inside. Yo, Woz, how you doing, man? They did go inside this camcorder, which still does work, by the way. And I have batteries for it, but they're in GoVan. But this camcorder still works. Of all the tech, right? This is, in fact, this camcorder filmed this tape. So the point is, you could transfer the footage via the mini DV, this output right here, where this finger's pointing. In there, that's the digital output, and that means whatever you send down that pipe is a one-to-one digital copy. Even though it's stored on a magnetic tape, it's a digital file that gets sent from this device into your computer. That all works fine, but I did have a better device to do that. Of course I did. I bought a deck in the early 2000s. I bought a VCR, like a video cassette recorder deck that had, on the one side it had mini DV, on the other side it had SVHS. So it had the feature to be able to play these cassettes and DV Cam, which was a slightly better format, a more robust professional version of mini DV. Now that device, the beautiful thing about that device, and this is what Duncan and I were doing with it, I did it with these and Duncan's. The beautiful thing about it was that it had the digital output, the IEEE, which is Firewire. Firewire was invented by Apple and licensed to other companies on a per basis, whatever. And Sony called it the iLink. JVC just used the IEEE name, 1395, I think, 1394, 1395. That was the protocol. And that deck would enable that Firewire output on both the mini DV side and the VHS side. And better than that, it wasn't just a VHS deck, it was an SVHS. So it was a better quality VHS playback, and it also sent that information down the digital pipe. So effectively, whenever you had a cassette like this or a cassette like this, you could get a digital copy of it. Now, this is digitally stored, so you don't lose any generation. This is degraded, right? Like this is a lossy, VHS is a lossy compression mechanism, but I could at least take what's on this cassette and get a one-to-one digital version of this, no matter what this is. And so Duncan asked me to do a copy of one of the tapes that he had from his collection, a Sonic Youth gig from way back in. This is a very rare piece of VHS material that I digitized. I'd already done all of my cassettes. Like, I've digitized all this stuff years ago, and I've got it backed up and stored, and this could go away, and this probably has gone away. This is, what is this? 1991 school formal. And my sister's speech at the 1991 school formal. This tape probably doesn't work, right? By now, it's probably completely corroded and fucked. I mean, it looks fine, but that's just the visual, but who knows? I mean, you can't tell from looking at it, but either way, I've digitized them all. And the last thing I did with that device was to digitize Duncan's tape, and I did it, and then mind-bafflingly, if I got this right, I haven't listened to your last VR, Duncan, but I sent him the master version of the digitization, a file that was about 11 gig, and I don't think he kept the original. And it's a bit weird. I did it. I gave it to Duncan, and I didn't keep the source because it's not mine, and Duncan didn't keep the source either. I don't think he did. I feel like that's a big... He just happened to ask me, did you happen to keep that? Have you still got... No. I gave it to you. But here's the device. I want to show you what the device was called. It was a JVC SV30, I think. SV30? SRV30. JVC SRV30. JVC SRV30. I'll know when I see an image. Yeah, this is it. This is the device here. DV cam playback and mini DV. Reads SMPT code. IEEE 1394 in out. It's just a great device, dude. Great device. And the point of this whole conversation is that these are not the prices of it. They're additional devices. The point of it is that once I'd finished all of my projects, I put this on Marketplace and I sold it for a premium, right? By the way, I got it serviced. So this was fully serviced by JVC. Up in Sydney there's a JVC repair place. I got it serviced. So this was a fully functional 2001 mini DV compatible SVHS Firewire. Like, if you have these tapes and you need them digitized, this is the only device that you can get to do it, unless you can find an old mini DV camcorder or a VHS. I don't remember any VHSs that had a digital output. So I advertise this with, if you know what this product is, you'll know what this product is. If you need it, you'll need it. I'm not going to argue the price. It is what it is. They do not make these anymore. This is in full functioning, like this is virtually brand new. It's all been serviced, right? So this is, if you want this and you know what it is, you'll get it. And I'm not willing to negotiate the price at all. And I put the price higher than what I bought it for. I bought it for about $1,000 in 2001. I advertised it for $3,000. I think $3,200. And I had it on my Facebook Marketplace for quite a while. One person sent me a comment, and this is the comment it read. I'll read you this comment. I can remember it very clearly. The only thing this person said was, ha 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 ha. Copy and paste. This person was laughing at the price, and I was like, I don't even need to respond to that. If the point of it was, if you need this product and you know what this is, you will buy it and you will understand what you're buying. And the fact that no one makes this shit anymore. So this is a relic. The person who bought it said to me, I need that. I'm willing to buy it. I'll come down and pick it up. They came down from Sydney, down here, picked it up. And I said, hey man, thanks for not arguing the price. And he's like, no, I know exactly what this product is and I need it. And I know that they don't make them. And I know that this is good. If it's in the condition that you say, which he can check up right here in front of me, which he did do, I'm taking it. Didn't ask anything about the price, gave me the money. I was like, thank you, man. Good luck. with all your digitization, you've got a great machine. Yeah. And so that thing got me years of usage, and I did all my digitizing and everything was fine. And now someone else has it and they're using it for the same thing. And I salute them. And when they're done with whatever they need to do, they should get it serviced by the JVC service guys up in Sydenham next to the Batch Brewery in Marrickville. And then they should sell it for an even higher price, because the further you go into time, the less likely chances that anybody is ever going to be able to capture the contents of those camcorders. And don't forget, in the 90s, every fucker had one of these, right? Everyone had one. I mean, I did all of my friend Greeny's tapes. I did them all digitized. Everyone had one of these. Nobody ever thought that the tapes won't work after a while. They're going to decay. They're going to get moldy. They're going to stop working. Yeah, magnetic tape doesn't last forever. If you didn't digitize it when you had it. By the way, do you remember when they had oh, dude, I just remembered there was a point when there was a crossover between DVD and mini DV. So the digital tapes, the magnetic tapes, and then there were camcorders that recorded straight to DVD-R, the recordable you put a full disc in there. That was the biggest. When that happened, I was like, are you kidding me? You're compressing that shit down to fit onto a DVD, and you're doing it at the source. If you put a digital versatile disc, that's what DVD stood for, and you recorded vision from this onto a 4.7 gig data disc, you've already compressed the absolute shit out of it, and that's the source material. The only way to get the actual source is to record it onto a 90-minute magnetic tape. So I remember seeing them at the time, and I remember thinking, it's like mini disc, right? Mini disc. How are they getting all that information onto such a small device? They're compressing it. They're making it less. We knew about quality. Well, I did through skateboarding with multiple generational copies of cassettes, trying to dub them down. We knew about how quality degrades. So I was like, now we've got digital, but they're degrading it by storing it onto a DVD. I was like, that's dumb. Thankfully, that shit didn't last for that long. This one here is weird. See all these buttons on the side? Ignore those buttons. Go a little further along. See that slot right there? That's that long slot, that long slit. I don't have it anymore, but that was a floppy disk. Not you didn't put the disk in there. You put in this card that's slotted in, then it had like a USB cable that attached to a disk, like a floppy disk drive. You could play back the tape and hit pause and basically do a screen capture and take a frame from the digital frame and store it onto a floppy disk and get a JPEG out of it. I was like, what? We were doing that. Like we were recording like skateboarding and then pausing it, and like snowboarding actually, and then taking frames out and like getting fucking rad shots from the snowboarding. Pretty cool, man. What am I talking about all this shit for? Because I like tech, but anyway, Duncan, I haven't listened to your VRs. I've got a few to catch up on, but I sold I can't believe you didn't keep the master copy. Luckily, I did manage to upload it to YouTube. So I was looking into that. YouTube don't keep the source material. They compress it immediately, but there is a way to get a higher quality. So if you, now better be careful with this. Not that I've done this, but if you choose to download from YouTube, there are ways to download a higher version than what YouTube will give you in the studio. If I went into my YouTube studio and tried to download my source material, it doesn't give me even close to what I uploaded, but there are ways to download a higher quality version, let's just say. Anyway, Just Mock, I wish I had all that old tech still these days. I'm kind of glad I don't have it. I'm kind of glad I sold. I'm glad I finished what I needed to do with it, and I'm glad that someone else can use it for that. Because I'm not recording any new material on these cameras or these camcorders. They still work, but I'm not recording anything new. Everything that I did back in the day, I've documented it and preserved it. So I'm happy for that. But as far as someone else getting it, I think that that's rad. And I really appreciate that dude coming and buying it and just being like, I need this and I know what it is. I'm aware of it. I'm taking it. Thank you so much. And I hope that once he's done, he does the same thing and someone else gets it and gets to do the thing. Because like I said, there'll come a time when all that shit's degraded and it just won't work. In fact, multiples of my tapes were corroded to the point where I had to spool them. I sat here, I got a special set of tools and I opened up all the cassettes and I took the magnetic tape out and I spooled them all off because some of them were stuck. As you would, especially Greenie's ones. I don't know what the fuck Greenie did, but some of his were like so moldy and probably because of his home brews and shit. I don't know, but I had to take all the tapes off the spools. And I remember spooling it out and then spooling it back on and then putting them back in the mechanism and using like this tiny little, one of these is so little. Yeah, that one there. The tiny little Phillips head. Yeah, you're not going to get a focus on that. And screwing them back together. It was a fun project. You know what else is fun? Going to sleep early. I got to go to bed early, folks. I got to be up at, well, what time am I starting? Oh, by the way, doesn't matter. I got to be up early tomorrow. Starting tomorrow at 6:15. I'll get up at 4:15. I'll get up at 4 tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go and watch a match and then go to sleep. Thanks for hanging out with me though. Appreciate all of you guys. If you hung out with me for the stream, much appreciation. I love you all. At your chosen homes, Pilled, Valora, Beamstream. Wonder what Pilled will be called. With Thanks for having me. No worries, Duncan. Farkle in the chat. Woo! You got here first. Wait, you got here first?
I just farted.
You better get that checked out.
Let me, bitch.
Fill the hole. Fill the hole. Enjoy yourselves.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
With peace and love.